our next topic is loops in QBasic. Before we proceed, what is loops in QBasic? Let us learn what do you mean by loop. Loop, when you hear only, we will come to know that we will be repeating the same thing again and again for number of times. This will be useful when we have to execute the same statements for many number of times. Before we proceed, let us learn. For example, if I give you a program to print numbers from 1 to 10, what you will do? You will be having an option called print 1, print 2, print 3, print 4, like that, so on, print 10. You will print. If I tell you to print numbers from 1 to 50, then what you will do? You have to write a print statement for 50 times. Little painful, right? To overcome from these problems, typing again and again the same statements, we can use looping statements. Okay, you can see the definition now. When a set of instructions are repeatedly executed for a fixed number of times, then it is termed as loop. Okay, we have different types of loops in QBasic. They are for, next, do while, and while, when loop. Let us learn one by one how they work. Okay, now first one is for, next, loop. This loop is used to repeatedly execute a statement or a set of statements for the specified number of times. See what they are telling here. Either it may be a one statement or it may be a set of statements. Those things will be repeated for certain number of times. How we will write this? For next loop. The syntax I will show you. Here you can see for, then the counter will come. See, for counter, then in front of that start to end. Example is for I is equal to 1 to 10. What will happen in that example? What is the I value? I value is from 1 to 10. Like that we are going to specify. Then below that what we will write? Statements to be repeated. Below this we will write what are the statements to be repeated. Until once we write all the statement, we have to use next counter. Like once if I run the program, like once if I run those statements, I have to increase one step or two steps depending upon the requirement of the program. Here the counter is a numeric variable. Start is the initial value of the counter and end is the final value of the counter. You will clearly understand this when we see it in the program. So let us see one example program to understand this. Now see what is the program they have given here. Program to print the statement 10 times. I wanted to print one statement for 10 times. The simple example is given here. So first line I have written CLS to clear the output screen. After that you can see for I is equal to 1 to 10. So first time the value of I is 1. Until it goes to 10, every time print QBasic program will be repeated. I will show you how it works. First line, when you see here, for I is equal to 1 to 10, the value of I will be 1 at the first time. Then it will come to the next line. What is there in the next line? Print QBasic program. So once it will print. Then again it will come to next I. What is next I? Means I value will be incremented by 1. So what will become I value? It was 1. Now when it comes to next I, 1 plus 1 will become 2. So again it will go up. Again it will check for I is equal to 1 to 10. It is within the range. So again it will print the statement QBasic program. Again next I, third, it will become 3. And now The value of I is 3. Again it will print QBasic program. Next I. Now it became 4. Now again it will go up and it will print QBasic program. Like this, when the value of I is 9, it will print QBasic program, and next I, our value of I became 10. So what will happen? QBasic program it will print and it will end the program because the value of I reached 10. So further it will not repeat. You can see in the output screen, QBasic program is printed for 10 times. So we use this for loop to execute repeated statements or set of statements in a program for required number of times. I hope the program is clear for you. Now, let us see one more example so you will become very clear about for next loop. Okay, in this example, what I'm doing, I'm printing a multiples of 5 from 0 to 50. You can see first line again, as previously I have written CLS, in the same way I have written here also CLS. Now, see, I'm using a variable A here, not I. You can use anything, right? Variable. For A is equal to 0 to 50. Why I have given here step 5? If I have not given step 5, what will happen? It will go to the next number only. But I don't want it to go to the next number because I want multiples of 5. So what I have done, step 5 means every time it goes, it will skip for 5 numbers. Okay. So what will happen? First the value of A is 0. So print A. It is printed 0 here in the output screen. You can see. After printing the 0, step 5 is there. So what will happen? The next A value will become 5. So print A. So next time it has printed 5. Right? Again, next step 5. Next increment, step 5. What will happen? The value of A will become 10. So it is printed 10. So you can see here 0, 5, 10, 15 like this. Every time it is incremented by 5 steps. Why? Because in the program I have given here step 5. Because of that, each time it prints, it is skipping, like it is jumping for next 5 numbers. And when it reaches to the value 50, the condition is satisfied, like it is at the end of the condition. So it is ending at the number 50. I hope it is clear for everyone. Next, one more example we are taking here to make you completely thorough with the for next loop. Here what I'm doing, I'm using program to print 10 to 20 in reverse order, not in normal way how we are writing. I wanted to write in reverse order like 20, 19, 18, 17 like that. So how to do that? Let us see. Again the same statement. First line CLS to clear the output screen. And then for A is equal to 20 to 10. Why I have given here 20? Because it should go from the reverse order. So I am starting with 20, then I am going till 10. And what is the step value I have given? Because I am starting with 20, next time it should reduce one number. So I have given step minus 1. Step minus 1. So whatever the value of A is there, it will reduce one number from it and it will print. Okay. So you can see in the output screen, first time the value of A is 20. So it is printed 20. Again, next time step minus 1 is there. So it printed 19. Again, 19 will go up and 19 minus 1 will become 18. So it printed 18. Like this, every time it is repeating, it is minusing one number. And when it reaches the 10, See the condition, like whatever the times we have asked it to repeat is satisfied. So it is going to end the program. Is that clear, children? I hope it is clear. All of you can practice this if you have systems in your home so that you will become perfect in this. Those who are not having can practice this when the school reopens. But try to read from the textbook so that you will understand clearly. Okay. Now let us move further for the next loop, that is do while loop. What is this? This is also a looping statement only. We have different looping statement, right? In this, how we are going to write, let us see. This loop is used to repeat a set of statement till the specified condition is true. Means whatever the condition I have given, until that condition is true, it will be repeating the set of statements, whatever it is written inside the do while loop. Okay. So in for loop, what happened? I'm giving that these many number of times you repeat. But here in do while loop, what is happening? I'm just giving one condition. Until that condition is true, it has to repeat a set of instructions, whatever is written inside the do while loop. Okay. So let us see how exactly it works with the example of one program. What I'm doing here, I'm just wanted to print hello, welcome to QBasic for 5 times. This is my program. So let us see how I have written. CLS is the first line to clear the output screen. Then let A is equal to 1. I am assigning a value to the variable A as 1. You know that let statement is used to assign a value to the variable. You remember that, I hope. Okay. Next, do while A is less than or equal to 5. Means until the value of A is less than or equal to 5, you print hello, welcome to QBasic. See what is happening? You can see here do while A is less than equal to 5, print hello, welcome to QBasic. First time it will print. After that it will go to the next line. Here A value will be incremented by 1 because A is equal to A plus 1. First time the value of A is 1. 1 plus 1 will become 2. Again it will go up. So now the value of A is 2 here. 2 is less than equal to 5. The condition is true. So again it will come down. One more time it will print welcome to QBasic. Again it will become next line. Here now the value of A is 2. So 2 plus 1 will become 3. Again it will go up. 3 is less than equal to 5. Again it will print. Now the value will become 4. It will go up. 4 is less than equal to 5. So again it will print next 5. 5 is less than equal to 5. Now the condition is still true. So it will print one more time. Now what will happen? 5 plus 1 will become 6. It will go up. 6 is less than equal to 5. The condition will become false. So automatically it will end or come out of the loop and it will end the program. Because of that, you can see in the output screen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times hello, welcome to QBasic is being printed. I hope you all are clear how it works. Yes? Okay. Now, next let us see what is there. One more example we have taken here to make you more clear about the do while loop. Here what is there? Program to print all even numbers between 50 to 70. All only the even numbers, okay, which are lying between 50 to 70. I wanted to print these things. So first line again as usual I have written CLS to clear the output screen. Here to the variable A I have assigned the value 50. Why? Because my program is starting from 50 because I want to print the numbers from 50, right? So Do while A is less than equal to 70. Why I have given 70? Because only till 70 I have to print, right? So, do while A is less than equal to 70, print A. So, what is the value of A at the first time? 50. The condition is true. So, you can see in the output screen here 50 is printed. So once if it prints, it will come to the next line. Here what I have done, A is equal to A plus 2. Why did I do 2? Because even number, I have to print even number. If I write here 1, odd number will be printed, right? 51 is an odd number. So I want to print the next even number after 50. That is 52. So it should be incremented by 2. So I have written here A is equal to A plus 2. So the condition is still true. So it is printing here in the output screen. You can see 52. Now again it will go up. 54 is less than 70. The value condition is true. Again it is coming down and it is printing 54. Then incrementing it by 2. Going up. Checking the condition. Again printing 56, again coming down, again incrementing by 2. Like this, it continues until the condition is true. When the value of A is 70, the last time it is printing 70, again it is becoming 72. It will go up. That time 72 is less than equal to 70. The condition will become false. So it will come out of the loop and it will end the program. I hope it is clear. In this program, we have printed all the even numbers from 50 to 70. Is that clear, children? I hope it is clear for everyone. Now let us learn about while-when loop. What is this while-when loop? While-when loop is the loop which will continue for certain number of times until the expression becomes false. Okay. So here what will happen? First we will write while. In front of the while we will write an expression to check the condition. Below that we will enter all the commands which we want to repeat, and then at the end, we will place when command to end the loop. To see how exactly it works, let us see one program. Here, example program is program to print a square of a number from 1 to 4. Okay, so as usual, I am starting with my program with my command called CLS, that is clear the output screen. And next I am using one assignment like let command to assign a variable x, and to this I am assigning a value 1. So let x is equal to 1 while, see while is a looping statement. Now it is starting while x is less than 5. Print x. So what will happen? What is the value of x at the first time? The value of x is 1. After 1, what I am printing? Inside the brackets, you can see I am printing square. So in front of 1, square will be printed. And then after that, what I am printing? You can see here, after that I am printing x into x. Star is nothing but into, right? So 1 into 1 is 1 only. So the square of 1 is 1. So next line it is coming. I have written x is equal to x plus 1, where the value of x is incrementing by 1. Here the value of x becomes 2. Again it will go up for while and it will check. 2 is less than 5. The condition is true. Again it will come down, print x. So second time the x value is 2. So it will print 2. In front of that again it will print square. And after that I have written 2 into 2. That is 4. You can see in the output screen 2 square is equal to 4 is printed. Now the value will become 3. Okay. Because it is getting incremented next time. So again the condition is true. So it is printing 3 square is equal to 9. So next time it is becoming 4. Again it is going up. 4 is less than 5. Still the condition is true. Now what will happen? Again it will print 4 square is equal to 16. Now the value is becoming 5. It is going up. Here 5 is less than 5. The condition is false. Now the condition became false. So it will come out of the loop. It will come out of the loop and we are ending the program. So this program will print us the squares of 4 numbers. Okay. So I hope it is clear how while when loop will work. Is everything clear, children? I hope all the 3 looping commands, statements you have learnt. Everything is clear. First one we learnt is for loop, then while loop, do while loop and while when loop. All these 3 commands we have learnt. Is that clear?